All right. Legendary coach.
Love this.
Currently the Senior Associate Athletic Director at Flagler College. We got Joey Wiles in studio.
Hey, Joey.
Coach, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, Pete. Dave, good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's already been fun. I've laughed more than I've laughed probably in the last week. So
Okay.
That's great.
I've enjoyed my time so far.
All right. Well, then we got nothing else for you.
That's
We'll
all. Thank
see
you
you
very
next
much,
time,
Joey. Good luck
Coach.
with the banquet. That's awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
Get your tickets.
So before the show started, we were talking about kind of my tour of the schools, right?
Okay.
And let me tell you how my tour started, because I loved playing football when I was younger, right? So, of course, as somebody who wanted to play high school football, I went to kind of your introduction to St. Augustine High School football.
Okay.
There was like before the school year started.
Orientation.
Right, sort of an orientation, sort of you telling us all what the football program was like, what we could expect. And after I got done in there, I said, well, I'm not good enough for this guy's team.
Oh, really?
So I immediately signed up to go to St. Joe to play football because I knew I would make that team and I would actually play out there.
You didn't give yourself a chance.
No. Look.
Look at this face. You had
Joey Wiles built a legendary program at St.
Legendary,
Augustine
yes.
High School. And I knew I was not going to fit into that very quickly. Look, short white guy. I got no shot at being any good at football.
You can run fast.
I could run fast. You gotta be loving. I see you on the sidelines out there every now and then at the St. Augustine High School games. We broadcast those live here at 904 now.
Yep.
They love you out there, and man, what are you looking back on your time out there before we get into Flagler athletics?
Okay.
That had to be just an amazing experience being the coach out there for as long as you were.
You know, we were talking earlier, and now being a point in my life where I can look back, you realize how blessed you were with the amount of wonderful people that surrounded you, the coaching staff, the amount of coaches that we had, the unbelievable players that committed, the administration, our booster club, and of course, you know, my family, my wife Lydia, daughters Chris and Jessica. It is just, you know, it's almost embarrassing because they give credit always to the head coach when there's so many other people that do so much for you. And that's when I go back, that's what I think about. I don't and it's really cool to be in that position in life right now.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you, people. How has it evolved? How has coaching evolved for you? Because I'm sure, I mean, I'm looking at this day and age, and I'm looking at athletes. They're all different shapes and different feelings, and a lot of emotions. Like, and I'm seeing like Simone Biles took an emotional break in the middle of her career. How does that, as a coach, what do you see in that?
Yeah, I've seen a change, and I still have good friends. You know, I still talk to Brian Braddock over there a lot. Sean McIntyre up at Creekside, I talk to them, and it's changed a little bit. You know, it's more. You do have to be a little bit more in tune with what the kids want. As opposed to, you know, back then it used to be, hey, I want you guys to do this. And if you do this, we'll be successful. It's now you have to explain everything to them. I think also you have to be more aware of parental involvement. Social media has really changed everything. Everybody now, you know, back when I was coaching, people, you know, would just yell at me from the stands, and that's what you would get. Nowadays,
they have a DM.
Now they have a place, and they can go online and they can attack coaches and do whatever they want. So coaching now is much harder than it was back when I was doing it.
On that 100%.
Yeah. Well, kind of out of the coaching world and into that AD role out there at Flagler. How you been liking it so far? How's it been going? They seem to love you out there.
Well, I don't know if they love me. I love them. I happen to work for the best boss in the world. Judd Damon is, he's incredible. He's the same every day. He loves student athletes. He loves the people he works for. He holds everybody to a very high standard. So it's a great place to work. You go in there and have fun. We laugh all the time. We have Bible study in my class or in my room every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, and we have two pro athletes that lead it. Joe Zelenka, that was with the Jaguars for years, 13-year veteran, and Cassie Russell, number one draft pick, 1966 of the Knicks. So Judd wants that kind of thing going on at our place. So we've got a great boss, and we have a great president in John Delaney, too. He's a phenomenal leader. So it's a great place to work.
Yeah.
Love it.
Seems like it. So I've seen Flagler on the radar, I feel like, a whole lot more recently. It seems like you guys are doing a good job of really getting out into the community. Talk to me about some of the community initiatives you guys have going on right now.
Yeah, all of our student athletes, they're out in the community. We had over 3,000 hours this past year with over 35 different partners in the community. So it's not something that Flagler we're looking to always get from the community. We want to give back. And I think also Judd opening up all of our games. If you have a driver's license from St. Johns County, you come to every event free.
Right, that's awesome.
Which is phenomenal. So I think Judd has really done a lot. Dick Keller, our past president of our board, got into the billboards, so we're more visible as well. So I think we're doing a much better job of getting out in the community than we have in the past.
When I see student athletes involved with the community, they want to be there, which is very different. Because back in my day and age, we'd be like, oh man, coach is making me go. They actually love to help our community thrive. And a lot of these nonprofits and a lot of these volunteer moments. Yeah. Talk about like what activities a typical student athlete could volunteer in.
Yeah, Dave, that is a great point. And our student athletes are actually a lot of the ones that are going out and finding them. It's not the coaches.
That's cool.
The student athletes are going out and they say, oh, this is a great event. We need to go help them. As you know, the event with the ALS walk that's coming up.
November 4th.
A big event. We've got our baseball team and our women's lacrosse team out there. We have people with Habitat for Humanity. We have Pink Up the Pace.
Love it.
There's just so many things. Our soccer team was very involved with the fire department. We have teams that cook for the homeless.
Cool.
Our basketball team does that. So there's so many things we're involved in, and the student athletes are actually excited about doing it. And we actually have an app that we keep track of all the hours that we have and the student athletes that do it. And over 85% of our student athletes are involved in some form of community service.
That's huge.
It's unbelievable.
That's huge.
Unbelievable.
I know you just said the kids find a lot of these projects themselves, or the student athletes find these projects themselves. However, do organizations ever reach out to you if they're looking for volunteers? Could they ever do that? Like, what's the protocol?
Absolutely, Dave. Great point. They can get in touch with me. You can go to flaglerathletics.com and go to our website and go to staff, and my ugly mug's on there. I think it's from about 4 years ago, so I do look a little younger.
I'll tell you.
Might throw them off a little bit, but they can go on and reach out to me. We just had Nemours Children's Hospital up in Jacksonville reach out to us. They came down and met with us. So, yes, anybody out there looking for volunteers, please reach out.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking obviously about a lot of the great things your student athletes are doing, but they're doing great things on the field and on the court as well. You guys have a couple nationally ranked teams right now, don't you?
Yes, we've, our women's soccer program has been really, really well, done really well. I want to say 3 years, I think it's 3 years ago, went to the Final Four. They're ranked number 11 nationally right now. So, they'll have
Little Flagler College.
Little Flagler.
That's awesome.
Love it.
11th nationally. Actually, our two tennis programs will end up being ranked nationally as we get going.
You guys have always had a pretty strong focus on tennis. Right? You guys always had strong tennis.
Multiple national titles.
Awesome.
Multiple national titles.
Those are one of the toughest athletes or tennis players.
Oh,
they can play for
the endurance, man.
Yes.
Absolutely.
If you want some great, great enjoyment, come out and watch we just redid our tennis facility. It was $500,000, and we're in a campaign right now to raise money. We're about a third of the way there to build locker rooms on each end for the men and women. So we're looking at doing that. But our both cross country men's and women's teams are both ranked nationally. So we're really
This is awesome.
really excited. Yeah, Little Flagler College.
I love it.
This is really cool.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
It is. It is.
Hey, you guys have a banquet coming up too.
Yeah.
This is a big deal as well. Talk to me about this.
Yeah, Pete, this is the most visible and largest fundraising event that we have all year. Okay. And this year it's November 2nd. It's going to be at the Embassy Suites. It's a
Nice,
beautiful event on the beach. So you can get tickets. You can go to flaglerathletics.com, and we have a splash page up. You can click on there and go right to that event.
you have to be a Flagler alum or anything? Or it's
No,
open to everybody?
anybody.
Great.
If there's businesses out there, we still have a few tables. I think there are 1,500 seats. I think 8 or 10 people can come, and you've preferred seating. But we've had great speakers in the past.
Talk to me about some of these.
Yeah, we've had Doug Flutie, we've had Bob Stoops, Bobby Bowden, Steve Spurrier, Mark Brunell, Tony Baselli.
Wow.
You just mic dropped like
Seriously.
you might want to get tickets to this.
Yeah. Who you guys got coming up?
And this year we've got Paul Puslesny.
Okay.
And Paul was a 2-time All-American linebacker at Penn State. All-American academically. He was a finance major up there in Happy Valley. And I was reading something the other day. Jack Ham, who's in the NFL Hall of Fame, said he was the best linebacker to ever play at Penn State.
Wow.
So
Did he play for the Jags too?
he played for the Jags.
Nice.
All-Pro in 2013, I think it was. We just had coffee with him.
Cool.
And he's a phenomenal man. He loves our country. He is doing something with the military. He was inspired by the Pat Tillman. When Pat Tillman left the NFL to go serve the country, he was inspired by that. So he said when he retired, he was going to do something. So he works in conjunction with our military. Phenomenal man.
That's impressive.
Great family man. We're excited about having him.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
It's going to be amazing.
That's going to be a good time.
So-
what else can we expect out there at the banquet?
Well-
Things like live auctions.
Oh
right?
yeah,
And-
it's a great evening. We have valet parking for $5. So you just
Hey.
drive up, drop.
Whoa,
pretty good
okay.
deal there.
All right.
Absolutely. You have to worry about it. Yeah.
You don't. You come in. We have social hour. We have live or an open bar.
Okay.
All you want to drink.
Okay.
So
Hey.
open bar. So that will be exciting to some people. We have a great meal. We've got a live auction, which we have some. We auction off Randy Ringhaver, who is a former board of trustee member at Flagler College. He has his ringleader boat that's it's beautiful. It goes out pretty deep.
Yeah.
So we'll be auctioning a couple trips there. We've got the Markland House at dinner for $20.
How special.
We've got 3 trips, and I forget where they are. I think one might be in Hawaii, but we have the live auction, and then we have a lot of silent auction things from around the community. Hotels, restaurants, spas,
Awesome.
art.
All things that we visit. So you might as well support
Everything.
This is great.
A lot of great stuff. And the thing about it is every dollar goes to student athletes scholarships. Not a dollar goes anywhere else. And people don't realize, the NCAA will tell you can have so many scholarships, but they don't give you any money toward it. So all the money that we raise goes to these kids. Only 57% of our athletes get athletic money. So 43% get zero. The average award is about $9,000. To go to school out there now, it's about $42,000.
Yeah, a little more than $9,000.
These student athletes are paying over $30,000, coming out, doing community service, getting ranked nationally, and it's just it's a great event and something.
So this event kind of gets those scholarships or kind of fills the gaps of some of the money.
Absolutely. So as I said, the NCAA doesn't give you money. You have to raise money. So even if you want to take, University of Florida, they have 85 scholarships. Mm-hmm. They have to raise that whatever the cost of attendance for the school is. NCAA doesn't give money to that. So even the Division I's, everybody's got to raise their scholarship money.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yep.
All right. Are we missing anything before we let you get out of here? I know you got much more important things to do than hang out with us goofballs today.
No, it's been fun. It's, just getting to talk about our student athletes and all the great things they're doing out there, getting to brag about my boss a little bit, is always good. And, the president of the college. And I think it's been great to let the community know that Flagler College wants to give back to the community. And, so, yeah, that's... I'm
excited.
That's
Crimson and Gold Banquet. That's
Crimson
it.
and Gold.
A dinner for champions. And I know a lot of our fans out there know the event coordinator is our buddy Karis Schuster, right? Out there. She's an amazing human being. She does special events over Flagler College. So shout out to Karis. I know it's going to be a very special banquet.
She's great.
Absolutely.
We were just over at the embassy together. Karis does a great job. We've got so many. Matt Green, our associate AD, is an amazing guy. You guys ought to have on sometime.
I'd love it. Yeah.
Great story with him. And Stephanie Burgess with Karis helped so much in it. So we're excited, and thank you guys so much for having me on and allowing me to just ramble for a while.
Oh,
that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Glad to talk to you, Coach. Appreciate you coming in studio.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Joey Wiles.
Wow, that was cool, right?
Hey, man. They're doing a lot of good stuff down there.
So awesome.
And I'm so happy to see they're so much more prominent in the community than when I was growing up.
Absolutely.
Man. We just didn't know much about Flagler athletics when I was growing up.
And the fact that locals can go to these games for free.
That's a huge
and not
deal.
Just individual
That's a big
local,
deal.
like a family could go. That's a really big deal. Yeah.
It's good for us. It's good for the college. It's good for everybody, man.